This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Mello, and you're listening to a very special edition of the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio. Some sad news to report. This was confirmed by all news outlets about 3 hours ago, that Muhammad Ali, the silver-tongued boxer and civil rights champion who famously proclaimed himself the greatest and then spent a lifetime living up to the billing, is dead. Ali died Friday at a Phoenix area hospital where he spent the past few days being treated for respiratory complications, a family spokesperson confirmed to NBC News. He was 74. Bob Gunnell, the family spokesperson, told NBC News, after a 32-year battle with Parkinson's disease, Muhammad Ali has passed away at the age of 74. The three-time world heavyweight champion boxer died this evening. Ali had suffered for 3 decades from Parkinson's, a progressive neurological condition that slowly robbed him of both his legendary verbal grace and physical dexterity. A funeral service is planned in his hometown of Louisville, Kentucky. Even as his health declined, Ali did not shy from politics or controversy, releasing a statement in December criticizing Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump's proposal to ban Muslims from entering the United States. He said, "We as Muslims have to stand up to those who use Islam to advance their own personal agenda." The remark bookended the life of a man who burst into the national consciousness in the early 60s when, as a young heavyweight champion, he converted to Islam and refused to serve in the Vietnam War and became an emblem of strength, eloquence, conscience, and courage. Ali was an anti-establishment showman who transcended borders and barriers, race, and religion. His fights against other men became spectacular and spectacles, but he embodied much greater battles. Born Cassius Marcellus Clay on January 17, 1942 in Louisville, Kentucky, to middle-class parents, Ali started boxing when he was 12 years old, winning the Golden Gloves titles before heading to the 1960 Olympics in Rome, where he won a gold medal as a light heavyweight. He turned professional shortly afterwards, supported at first by Louisville business owners who guaranteed him an unprecedented 50-50 split in earnings. His knack for talking up his own talents, often in verse, earned him the dismissive nickname the Louisville Lip. But he backed up his talk with action, relocating to Miami to train with legendary trainer Angela Dundee and build a case for getting a shot at the heavyweight title. As his profile rose, Ali acted out against American racism. After he was refused service at a soda fountain counter, he said he threw his Olympic gold medal in the river. Recoiling from the sport's tightly knit community of agents and promoters, Ali found guidance instead from the Nation of Islam, an American Muslim sect that advocated racial separation and rejected the pacifism of most civil rights activism. Inspired by Malcolm X, one of the group's leaders, he converted in 1963, but he kept his new faith a secret until the crown was safely in hand. That came the following year when heavyweight champion Sonny Liston agreed to fight Ali. The challenger geared up for the bout with a litany of insults and rhymes, including the line "float like a butterfly, sting like a bee." He beat the fearsome Liston in 6 rounds technical knockout before he stunned Miami Beach crowd. In the ring, Ali proclaimed, "I am the greatest, I am the greatest, I'm the king of the world." The new champion soon renounced Cassius Clay as his slave name and said he would be known from then on as Muhammad Ali, bestowed by Nation of Islam founder Elijah Muhammad. He was 22 years old. The move split sports fans and the broader American public. An American sports champion rejected his birth name and adopted one that sounded subversive. Ali successfully defended his title 6 times, including a rematch with Liston. Then in 1967, at the height of the Vietnam War, Ali was drafted to serve in the U.S. Army. He said previously that the war did not compart with his faith and that he had no quarrel with America's enemy, the Viet Cong. He refused to serve. He said, "My conscience won't let me go shoot my brother or some darker people, some poor, hungry people in the mud for a big, powerful America. And shoot them for what?" Ali said in an interview, "They never called me nigger, they never lynched me, they didn't put no dogs on me." His stance culminated with an April appearance at an Army recruiting station where he refused to step forward when his name was called. The reaction was swift and harsh. He was stripped from his boxing title, convicted and drafted evasion, and sentenced to 5 years in prison. Released on appeal but unable to fight or leave the country, Ali turned to the lecture circuit, speaking on college campuses where he engaged in heated debates, pointing out hypocrisy of denying rights to blacks even as they were ordered to fight the country's battles abroad. Ali told one white student who challenged his draft avoidance, "My enemy is the white people, not Viet Congs or Chinese or Japanese. You, my opposer, when I want freedom. You, my opposer, when I want justice. You, my opposer, when I want equality. You won't even stand up for me in America for my religious beliefs, and you want me to go somewhere and fight, but you won't ever even stand up for me here at home." Ali's fiery commentary was praised by anti-war activists and black nationalists and vilified by conservatives, including many other athletes and sports writers. His appeal took 4 years to reach the U.S. Supreme Court, which in June 1971 reversed the conviction in a unanimous decision that found the Department of Justice had improperly told the draft board that Ali's stance wasn't motivated by religious belief. Towards the end of his legal saga, Georgia agreed to issue Ali a boxing license, which allowed him to fight Jerry Quarry, whom he beat. 6 months later, at a sold-out Madison Square Garden, he lost to Joe Frazier in a 15-round duel touted as the fight of the century. It was Ali's first defeat as a pro. That fight began one of boxing and sport's greatest rivalries. Ali and Frazier fought again in 1974 after Frazier had lost his crown. This time, Ali won in a unanimous decision, making him the lead challenger for the heavyweight title. He took it from George Foreman later that year in a fight in Zaire dubbed the Rumble in the Jungle, a spectacularly hype bout for which Ali moved to Africa for the summer, followed by crowds of chanting locals wherever he went. A 3-day musical festival featured James Brown and B.B. King preceded the fight. Finally, Ali delivered a historic performance in the ring, employing a new strategy dubbed the rope-a-dope, goading the favorite Foreman into attacking him, then leaning back into the ropes in a defensive stance and waiting for Foreman to tire. Ali then went on the attack, knocking out Foreman in the 8th round. The maneuver has been copied by many other champions since. The third fight in the Ali-Frazier trilogy followed by, in 1975, the Thrilla in Manila, that is now regarded as one of the best boxing matches of all time. Ali won in a technical knockout in the 15th round. Ali successfully defended his title until 1978 when he was beaten by a young Leon Spinks and then quickly took it back. He retired in 1979 when he was 37, but seeking to replenish his dwindling personal fortune, returned in 1980 for a title match against Larry Holmes, which he lost. Ali lost again to Trevor Berbick the following year. Finally, Ali retired for good. The following year, Ali was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. He told the New York Times, "I'm in no pain, a slight slurring of my speech, a little tremor, nothing critical. If I was in perfect health, if I had won my last 2 fights, if I had no problem, people would be afraid of me. Now they feel for me. They thought I was Superman. Now they can go, he's human like us. He has problems." Even as his health gradually declined, Ali, who switched to more mainstream branches of Islam, threw himself into humanitarian causes, traveling to Lebanon in 1985 and Iraq in 1990 to seek the release of American hostages. In 1996, he lit the Olympic flame in Atlanta, lifting the torch with shaking arms. With each public appearance, he seemed more feeble, a stark contrast to his outside aura. He continued to be one of the most recognizable people in the world. He traveled incessantly for many years, crisscrossing the globe in appearances in which he made money but also pushed philanthropic causes. He met with presidents, royalty, heads of state, and the Pope. He told People magazine that his largest regret was not playing a more intimate role in raising his children, but he said he did not regret boxing. He said, "If I wasn't a boxer, I wouldn't be famous. If I wasn't famous, I would be able to do what I'm doing." In 2005, President George W. Bush honored Ali with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. In his hometown of Louisville, opened the Muhammad Ali Center, chronicling his life, but also a forum for promoting tolerance and respect. Divorced 3 times and the father of 9 children, one of whom Leah became a boxer, Ali married his last wife, Yolanda Lonnie Williams, in 1986. They lived for a long time in Bearing Springs, Michigan, then moved to Arizona. In recent years, Ali's health began to suffer dramatically. There was a death scare in 2013, and last year he was rushed to the hospital after being found unresponsive. He recovered and returned to his new home in Arizona. In his final years, Ali was barely able to speak. Asked to share his personal philosophy with NPR in 2009, Ali let his wife read his essay. He wrote, "I never thought of the possibility of failing, only of the fame and glory I was going to get when I won. I could see it, I could almost feel it. When I proclaimed that I was the greatest of all time, I believe in myself, and I still do." A lot of celebrities have been taken to social media to react over the death of Muhammad Ali. Everyone from Hollywood to sports figures reacting to the death of the former heavyweight champion of the world. And I'm going to read you some of the tweets and captions from celebrities reacting. Actor Peter Fasinelli tweeted, "The greatest of all time, RIP, hashtag Muhammad Ali." Actress Gabrielle Union wrote, "Rest in peace and eternal glory, hashtag Muhammad Ali, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee." Today's Matt Lauer expressed, "The greatest is gone, at Muhammad Ali, changed the world as a fighter, humanitarian, teacher, and a force for peace and understanding, and champion." Haley Steinfeld offered, "Don't count the days, make the days count, hashtag RIP Ali." Oscar-winning actress Octavia Spencer quoted him and then noted, "I am the greatest, yes you were, hashtag Muhammad Ali." Nicholas Shea felt, "Not many people can claim the title of legend, hashtag Ali was one, blessings to he and his family, his legacy will live forever, hashtag champ." American Idol's Randy Jackson tweeted, "RIP to absolutely the greatest, thank you at Muhammad Ali." Drake Bell shared, "Goodbye to the greatest of all time." Donald Trump tweeted, "Muhammad Ali is dead at 74, a truly great champion and a wonderful guy. He will be missed by all." Andy Cohen simply hashtag the greatest. Comedian Josh Gad tweeted, "In a year where many greats have passed, the greatest of all has just left us. Goodbye, champ. Fly like a butterfly." P. Diddy tweeted, "Rest in peace, great one, hashtag RIP Ali." Comedian Jenny McCarthy shared a photo of herself with Ali and captioned, "RIP Muhammad Ali, champion and hero." Comedian Johnny Knoxville simply stated, "RIP, the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali." Larry King wrote, "I mourn the passing of hashtag Muhammad Ali. He was indeed the greatest, an American legend and a true champion for the world. Hashtag Muhammad Ali." Mike Tyson mourned, "God came for his champion, so long great one, at Muhammad Ali, hashtag the greatest, hashtag RIP. Mary Lopez tweeted, "Strong prayers up and loving energy for the greatest. There will never be another quite like him, hashtag RIP, hashtag Ali." Russell Simmons tweeted, "RIP to the greatest Ali." Actress Kate Walsh added, "Wow, such an inspiration, hashtag float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, hashtag Ali, hashtag RIP." Singer Jordan Sparks shared, "Oh my heart, I've always cherished those precious moments with you. I know you're resting in his arms, the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali." Mark Balls tweeted, "RIP, champ." Kris Jenner offered, "Rest in peace, champ, hashtag the greatest." Actor Jeff Daniels expressed, "You can't change the world, at hashtag Muhammad Ali." We're going to have more on this story on Monday. More reaction from the sports world and celebrities reacting over the death of Muhammad Ali. Again, boxing legend Muhammad Ali has died at the age of 74. He was hospitalized on Tuesday with respiratory issues, and he was in grave condition Thursday evening. And the news was confirmed by a family spokesperson. As you well know, publicly, for the last 32 years, he had suffered from Parkinson's disease. And we're going to have more on this story on Monday's episode of the Entertainment Report. Until then, please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this special news bulletin on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app and search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Until then, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Mello. Have a great weekend, everyone, and I'll see you Monday. Bye. God bless. Good night, and God bless you all.